Hey there, welcome back. So it is the moment you have been waiting for. Now we're going to actually create an article, okay? So at this point, you should have a good understanding of why you want to create an article and how it's going to allow you to crank out newsletters in no time at all. All right, but you also understand the benefits that we have with getting the articles out there ranked locally, because we're able to go out there and rank for articles for the exact things that people are searching for. And when they find their articles, when they find our articles, then they turn around, they subscribe to our newsletter. Okay, and there's so many other benefits beyond that, right? So you should also have your AI keys entered at this point, right? So you should have ChatGPT, Gemini, Grok, Claude, whatever you choose to use. Just have something in there, because you're not going to be able to do this without that. And actually, there is an alternative. You could write the article from blank, like from scratch. Like if you just want to go and use ChatGPT on the side or whatever and create your own article, you can do that as well. Most people just use our built-in AI functionality. They use the right keywords, exactly what people are searching for, and they're able to create an article. All right. So in this video here, this is my goal. I want you to create your first article. All right, so as I mentioned, you need to have your API keys connected. Remember, you want to have the little green light, right? And so you're going to go through, just recap, you're going to connect one of 4 platforms: ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, or Grok, okay? So figure out which one. The easiest one to get started with is ChatGPT, okay? And remember what else I said, okay? You're going to pay the platform fees. I know GPT is about 20 bucks a month for the pro account. And then they want you to come over here and fund your API key. So yes, you're going to make 2 separate payments, okay? And this is not expensive. For the most part, you can create an article for less than a nickel, right? Some people like to create an article with all 4 of these. I don't recommend that. I already talked about that, but I really can't emphasize that enough. Find one that you're happy with and go with it. Don't overcomplicate this, all right? So the next question that we get is, Chad, how do I know what to create articles on? And this is the thing, you're not going to just come up with this out of the sky. Like, you're not just going to come up with this on your own, right? You're not going to be driving around and seeing an accident and saying, okay, let me stop and create an article. You're not a news reporter, unless you want to be. You're a media company, you're a micro publisher, but you're not a news reporter, right? So instead, what we want to do is we want to follow those people that are reporting. We want to follow the news agencies in our area and the groups. And I'm going to give you some resources right now, and then I'm going to kind of show you how this works, at least with one of them, okay? So the first thing that we recommend is to do a search inside of Google. I'll show you this here in a minute, and then go to Google News for your area. That's it. You will see everything happening. I'm going to show you how you can look at it by the last 24 hours, the last week, whatever the case may be. And I think I showed you how to do this inside of 1.0, right? Inside the original local newsletter. Well, the difference is, instead of going and finding those articles to pull in as a link teaser, we can simply go and use those sources to create articles on our own publication. And then those articles are going to get ranked, but also we can then pull those articles into our newsletter. All right. So Google News is a great resource. Another thing is, what if I told you that you could actually get emailed stories? So what you want to do in this case is you want to set up what's called a Google alert. All right, so I can be alerted when there's new restaurants in the area. I can be alerted when there's a shooting in the area, when there's a stolen vehicle, when there's new job postings, like whatever the case is. I can set up these alerts, and what will happen is Google will notify me. It'll send me an email when somebody has posted an article that matches my alert. Okay, so I recommend you do both. I recommend that you set up Google Alerts, and I recommend that you learn how to use Google News if you haven't done so already. And then on a more personal level, on a more community level, pay attention to what's happening here locally. So you have groups, you also have pages, you also have local newsletters, okay? So pay attention to what's happening. Now, one thing that I love to teach is to go subscribe to all the newsletters in your area, right? Because some of these people will put out a newsletter in their area once a day, right? So let them go find all the hot topics for you. Watch the pages, watch and see what people are engaged with most. They're telling you, the town is telling you, this is what we're into. And then take that story, take that link, and create an article from it. All right. So pretty awesome. This takes no time at all. A lot of people actually do this from their phone, and we're always improvising this. Matter of fact, I'm going to have to redo this video because at the time I'm shooting this video, we're already making changes so that the software tells you what to rank for. And then you're able to integrate with some of our other platforms that we're affiliated with, and it'll actually tell you what the search volume is for those keywords and everything else. So we're always evolving. And the reason why is because we want to get your articles to the very top of Google, because that's when you become a true authority figure in the area. That's when you become a true media company. Okay? So if you're ready, let's go create that article. Okay, so you see I'm over here on Google, all right? And just like I taught you in 1.0, before I was searching for Casper, Wyoming. Now I'm going to go ahead and search for Summerlin, Nevada. Okay, so I just went and typed in Summerlin, Nevada. And you can see that I'm going to get all the organic listings over here. And our goal is to get West Valley shoutouts where it shows up right here. And we're going to do that. And one of the reasons why we're going to do that is because we're cranking out high quality articles. Okay, and that's an 800-pound gorilla. They've been there forever. But we can take them out. We can at least get over here on the first page. Okay, and when we do that, we know we're going to have some problems, but that's okay. We're up for the fight. All right, so Summerlin, Nevada, these are organic listings. What you want to do is come over here to news. Okay, so now that we've come over here to news, we can come over here to tools, and we can look at recent, past hour, past 24 hours, past week. Let's go and look at the past week. So LA billionaire buys Summerlin condo for record 21 million. All right, so that's a good story. Let's see, 99 Ranch Market opens its second Las Vegas store in Summerlin. That's a good story. Nevada Gaming Board approves sportsbook shifts at Summerlin. That's interesting. Las Vegas window covering center expands fleet. 5 injured after driver runs stop sign near Desert Inn. Jeez, man. That's a good article, right? The Rosenbaum All-In Law Firm strengthens Summerlin divorce and family law representation. All of these can be good stories, right? Police say AI images involve ICE agents in Las Vegas circulating on social media. I tend to stay away from anything political or anything, but you know, some people do a good job. Beloved Las Vegas Chinese restaurants adding Summerlin Henderson locations. Okay, good. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to go ahead and grab this one. I'm going to grab this one right here. Okay. Now, the first thing is I'm going to go ahead and save this image if I can, which is this whole web thing, right? So what I can do just very, very quickly, there's other things I would do, but I'm just going to come over here and just grab it with a screenshot real fast. Okay, I could very easily search for 99 Ranch Market. I could find images. I could make those images, whatever. Okay, so I'm going to come over here, delete 5. There we go. All right. Now, we're going to come over here and we're going to go ahead and grab this link. We're going to create an article in a minute. But first, let me go ahead and show you something else. So if you go to Google and you type in Google Alert, or you can go to google.com/alerts, you can see it opens up this simple interface. Now, I am logged in. You don't have to be logged in to create an alert, but I think you do have to be logged in to get the email for it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and create an alert about new restaurants in Summerlin. Okay, so now I can go ahead and create an alert. And by the way, my audience loves hearing about restaurants in Summerlin. Okay, so how often? At most once a day, right? So you can choose this here. Okay, as it happens, right? Sources, you can choose your sources. I'm going to go ahead and say automatic. Language is English. Region, United States. Okay. How many? Only the best results. All results, up to you. And then deliver to. This is the email it's going to go to, right? And so you can see right now, this is a preview. So it says, beloved Las Vegas Chinese restaurant adding Summerlin Henderson locations. Zippy's newest location. We created an article on this. Here's what's inside the new Asian supermarket. We're about getting ready to do this one. Okay. So now you get emailed when those alerts hit. Okay. So be aware of how to find stories through Google News if you want to find them right away. But then you can have emailed alerts sent to you as well. Okay. So there's never a shortage for stories. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and copy this because I've saved the image. All right. And now I'm inside of Letterman and I'm over here on my publications. And so this is the publication that we're working in. And we're going to come over here and we're going to click add article. Now remember, you need to have your API keys, your AI keys entered for either ChatGPT, Grok, or Gemini, Grok, and Claude. Okay? And if you don't, you're not going to be able to do this. Okay? But you can create a blank article. All right? So the first thing is, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to go ahead and enter this image. All right, and there's my image. Next, I'm going to come over here. We can either fetch from a URL. So I'm going to go ahead and paste the URL here. This URL came from that article. And I'm going to click on this here. I'm going to make sure that we can scrape it. If it turns red, they have it protected. Now, if they have it protected, that doesn't mean that you can't get it. Because what you can do is you can simply come over here and copy all the text on the page. Okay, and then it will look at the text and it'll rewrite it. So we can go ahead and pop in a URL like I just did, or we can go and do it manual and just paste it in, okay? So just check to make sure that you got a green check mark. And next, I'm just gonna go ahead and grab the title here. This is good. I wanna make sure that it says Summerlin here, Las Vegas. Okay, good. You always wanna put your city there. And boom, and then I want this article to be about 300 words, okay? And I'm gonna go ahead and say create article. All right, now it's doing this in real time. I am not going to cut this out. Now this is where you could get an error if you have not funded your API key, or if you have not set it up, or like whatever, you could get an error here, okay? And like I said, 99% of the time it's usually because you haven't funded your API key, okay? But it's gonna go through and it's gonna create this article, and then I'm gonna show you what we can do once the article is created. So there you go. That was in real time. I didn't cut that out. And what it's done is this is the full-blown article. Now, remember what I said. Make sure that you have the city name here, because ultimately this is what you're going to rank for, right? And now we have Boca Park, which could be a secondary keyword. So this is called an H1. This is called an H2, your headline, your subheadline, okay? And then we want to make sure that we have like Summerlin here, which you can see it here, okay? And this video is not about SEO or anything else. I'm just showing you what we can do in a very short amount of time. If I were to go ahead and click this eyeball, you're going to see what it looks like in the preview. There you go. There's your article. Okay, this is good, right? It happens automatically. All right. So now the other thing that I want to tell you is it has also made a preview version of this article, like a snippet version of the article, okay? And we're going to talk about that here in a minute. But the first thing that we want to do is notice it's in a draft position right now. What you want to do is come over here and change it to a published position. So I'm going to open up these menus, and I want you to see something. So it has gone and created a title for you. 99 Ranch Market opens second Las Vegas store in Summerlin. Make sure that you have the city in here, okay? Description, make sure you have a city in there, okay? You can change whatever you don't like here. You can regenerate it. And then the URL slug. This is what appears at the top, right? So if we go back to it, you can see here's your URL slug. Make sure you have the city and whatever you're trying to rank for. We're going to rank for 99 Market, okay? So when people type in 99 Ranch Market, we want to rank. When people type in Summerlin, we want to rank. All right. So let's come back over here and notice we're always making changes to this. It's giving you all these keywords. The ones that I can tell you for sure, we want to rank for this guy, and this guy. I want you to choose at least 3 keywords. No more than 5. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of all these. Okay. You don't want all these because it's going to start diluted. 5 at the most. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of all these. I'm going to leave these 4. This one, and this one are the 3 that I think I can do good with. And 99 Ranch Market is in here. Summerlin's in here, right? We'll talk about all this stuff in a later video. But that's good. So my SEO is good. Here's my featured image. I'm going to go ahead and save this. Okay, now that I've done that, I can come over here and I can go ahead and open up this section right here. Now, don't get confused with this, okay? I'm going to go ahead and open up the archives because I want you to understand this because this is kind of magical. This is your archives. Do you want your article to appear right here? If you do, click it, okay? Next, Do you want to pull this article into your newsletter? Maybe this is an article about a death that happened and you don't want to feature it in the newsletter. Then don't click it. If you do want it to appear in the newsletter, click it. Now, what I recommend is that you create at least 4 articles every week. And remember when I was explaining this to you, pull the 4 articles into your newsletter and then combine it with all the other elements that you learned from 1.0. And you're going to have the most incredible newsletter, and 70% of it's going to be all articles. Okay? Next, so this is now added to the newsletter queue, and I'll show you how that works. Next, for some reason, if you don't want this article to appear in the search engines, then you would go ahead and do this. Now, at the time I'm shooting this video, that's how it's set up, but we are making changes where this will say index it, which means if you want it to appear in the search engine, you will turn it on. But right now, depending on when you're watching this video, we have it clicked to not index it, okay? And then we have this section over here called Newsfeed. And so if you click this, what it's going to do, I'm going to uncheck this, but if you click this, what it's going to do is it's going to take the summarized version of this article and it's going to add it to your newsfeed. And the reason why we have a summarized version is so that in your newsfeed you get the click, but also in the actual newsletter you get the click because people want to learn more. They want to read more, okay? So if we have all this where we understand this, you don't need to really worry about this right now. I covered all this in 1.0. You're simply going to come over here and you're going to publish this, okay? Now that you've done that, you should be good to go, all right? So if we come back over here, if we refresh this, there you go. There is your archive. And if we click on the latest news, now you see that your most recent article is at the top in your latest news. It is going to be indexed in Google. And also it's able to be pulled into my newsletter. And remember what I told you. Let me go ahead and open this up in 2 different places so you understand. This is the summarized version, and then they're going to click read more, and they're going to get to your full article. Okay, so here's your full article, 350 words or whatever. But then here's the summarized version inside the latest news, and the summarized version also goes into your newsletter. Okay, now a couple more things before I let you go. If you come into Letterman and we go to the publications, there's a section right here called articles, separate from your newsletters. All your articles will appear over here. So if we go ahead and click on the articles, and we're always changing this, we're always updating this, here is the article we just created. And this is telling you that it is being indexed, it has been added to the newsletter queue, it has been added to the archive, and it is appearing in the newsfeed. So if I don't want it to appear in the newsfeed, or if I want to take it out of the archives, I can go ahead and click here, and now it goes gray. And so if we go back to our archives, we're no longer going to see it. It's gone. And if we want it to go back in there, we turn it on. We come back over here, we refresh, and now it's here. Okay, so yes, you are able to control your visibility. You're able to control which ones are in your newsletter queue. So at the time I'm shooting this video, she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 articles that are in the newsletter queue. All these ones down here, actually there's another one, 9. Okay, now she can very easily add these to the queue if she wants to, but she doesn't have to, all right? The last thing that I want to tell you, 2 more things, is over here you have an alert. Well, what the heck is an alert? Well, let's come over here, let's look at the eyeball, and let's open this up, and you can see here's your alert. Now if I come back over here, she's got it yellow. Well, what you can do is you can click here, and we can go ahead and make it any color we want. Maybe we want to have a pink alert. Click this here, come back over, refresh it, and now you have a pink alert. Also, see where it says trending. If we come back in here, we can make ours trending. So let's come over here, let's create an alert. New opening or new restaurant. Okay, new restaurant. And I can go ahead and click here. And I can make this, I don't know, like a purple color. Okay. And I can also make it trending. and I've got 4 keywords attached. Okay, so let's come back over here. Let's refresh this. If I've done this right, hold on a minute. Retail, oh, new restaurant. We want to look at this one. Okay, there we go. So we have new restaurant, and it's trending. And there's your article. And so if you want to take something off trending, just go ahead and click this. And now it's off trending. If you want to change your alert, if you want to change your colors, like here's the number of keywords, make sure you have keywords there, especially if you're going to, get into the SEO game with us. Okay. The other thing, remember what I told you, that there's a summarized version of your article. Click this checkbox or this check mark. Here's your summarized version. So if you don't like what we created for a summary, feel free to change it. Feel free to change the title, the subheadline, whatever it is you want to do. Okay, so you have full control over how you create your article. And now I hope you understand how incredible this feature is, how fast it is, how you can use it with AI, how you're going to get indexed, how you're going to rank these articles, and not only that, here in the next couple of videos, I'm going to show you how we're going to instantly pull these articles into your newsletter so that 70% of it's done for you. And I'll see you in the next video.